afternoon. We are live. We have a new national champion in the United States of America. Congratulations, Indiana. Got some Indiana people here? Yeah, give me a nod. Or are you just for them like I am? I had to disown my team after after Indiana destroyed them in the Rose Bowl. But golly, man, Indiana, that was just so great. It was so great. So, what are we doing today? We've got a thinking show today. Is what we have. Sandy Atkins, how are you doing? From sunny and hot El Salvador. You moved to the beach in El Salvador, and it's amazing. We got beaches here, dude. I think I'll move to El Salvador. Wow. Okay. Well, we're glad you watch us. We see you here a lot. Ruth Cordell from Chile, Southwest Virginia. Marcy Carlson Taylor. How is it in Washington today? Foggy and cold, 29 degrees. But you spent the weekend at Cannon Beach in Oregon. It was 57 degrees, blue skies, and amazing. But you were in Oregon. You know what the problem with going to Oregon is when you get to Oregon, you're in Oregon. Okay, so Dina Kilpatrick, how you doing? Good to see you, and you shared. Thank you. Wanda Parsons from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Glad to have you here with us. Hey, from Floyd the Barber. Appreciate all you do. Hey, Floyd. And Joyce Thompson. Where is Joyce Thompson? Oh my gosh. Hey, Joyce. Joyce Thompson is 97 years old. She's from Royal, Iowa, sitting right over here with her mother and father. We're so glad you're here with us. You know what the greatest thing about being 97 is? Very little peer pressure. Yeah. We are glad you're here with us. Oh, who else? Elena Paget, Elijah Paget, the whole Paget bunch. The whole Pagets. Elia Paget, Zion Paget. Oh, man, we got the whole Paget family watching. This is a homeschooling family, and they watch. I think, do you think y'all learn anything? Or do you think your mother just is like taking a break? Because seems like there's 20 of you. Seems like there's 20 Pagets, 20 or 30 kids. And I can imagine homeschooling that many kids. We had one of Polly's good friends told her one time, said when she had her first child, it was like, okay, this child's not watching TV. This child's going to read books. We're going to read books to this child. The child is going to grow up an intellectual. And she said then when she had 2 kids, it was like, okay, they can watch some TV. They can watch the kind of TV that we, and she said by the time they had 5 kids, it was like, you can watch the Playboy channel. I don't care. Just go do something else. Matt Wilson. Hey, buddy. Matt's daughter, Daigle, is at Auburn University, a freshman and fighting for a starting job on the softball team. So, Gina Christmas, hey, how are you? Karen Jones from Berea, Kentucky. 8 degrees last night? Yay. That's not even real. This thing stayed out. We did a show Thursday and had a king cake in here, and this is the baby from the king cake. And I pulled it out and I realized this baby is naked. The baby is naked. And of course, now they just put the baby in the middle of the king cake so you see it as soon as you open up the thing. They used to bake it in there, but I think there were too many instances of people going, oh, this king cake is just, he's got the baby. He's got the baby in his neck. Do the Heimlich maneuver. And then the baby comes out and he's got a hiney on there. All the Pagets. Yeah. Paget kid says, my mom says, Andy, take the wheel. Oh my gosh. Heather Olson. Hey, everybody. We appreciate you sharing in Utah. It's Tuesday, so we're on all different platforms, and so these guys share on Facebook to different people. So thank you for doing that. All right, today we're going back to we're going to do a new episode of Things I Think I Think. Now, this is the product of a deranged mind, obviously, and when it comes to overthinking, underthinking, side thinking, deep thinking, bottom of the pool thinking, I try to do it all, and sometimes I get weird answers, and so we're going to go over today 21 things I think I think. Now, just be aware, I'm not admitting to thinking these things. I just think I think them. Okay. So my first thought came in the form of a question, and that was I was looking at straws down in Villaggio, the restaurant down below us, and they have paper straws now, which I am against paper straws. I'm just telling you, I'm against them. And I said to the owner, I said, Lane, paper straws? He said, yeah, you know, the plastics thing in the ocean. And I said, but Lane, what about the poor trees? You know, so, you know, save the whales or save the trees, paper, plastic. I don't really know. I just don't like the way the paper feels. It kind of disintegrates, you know. But I've actually found I can actually drink stuff without a straw. I don't even need a straw. But when I see a straw, it occurs to me that does a straw have one hole or two? That is something I caught myself thinking about whether I was thinking it or not. Now, here's something I think that, you know, you hear people talk about the Earth's not really round, it's really flat. And there's people that really believe that today, that the Earth is flat. I think that if the Earth was flat, we could just push all the garbage off the edges. I think that would save a lot of trouble. I think that if you are rich enough, the whole museum is the gift shop. It's funny to see some of you laughing and some of you going, what does that mean? Now, and we're not explaining them. You can get your buddies to explain them to you. If you are rich enough, the whole museum is the gift shop. We could say, if you're rich enough, Disney World itself is the gift shop. If you're Elon Musk, Orlando is the gift shop. Anyway, here's something I think that winter, this occurred to me yesterday, is that winter is the only season we experience twice a year. Because if you look at how it lines up in a year, you have winter, spring, summer, fall, winter. Winter, spring, summer, fall, winter, winter. So you have twice a year, the beginning of the year and the end of the year. I think that the banana used to be the food that looked most like a telephone. But that distinction has been taken over now by the Pop-Tart. It's true. You ever hear somebody talk about it was the perfect crime? It was the perfect crime. It was the perfect crime. We ain't never going to hear about the perfect crime. That's what I think. I also, Adam has this dog. It's an English Springer Spaniel named Rue. Roux. And that dog will get under your feet just like, I mean, you just be stumbling across the room. But I think that pets don't understand that we make mistakes. I mean, I don't know that they understand the concept of a mistake. So when we trip over them or accidentally step on them, I'm pretty sure they think we did it for a reason. I wondered one time, they would come out and say, this causes cancer in laboratory mice. This causes cancer in laboratory mice. This has more chance of cancer in laboratory mice. And I wondered one time, what if one day we find out that cancer is just hereditary in laboratory mice? And so the corollary to that kind of thinking is, have you ever considered the fact that maybe the oxygen is really poisonous, and according to your body type, it just takes 70 to 100 years to kill you? That's some weird thinking, ain't it? I've wondered, you see all these movies, and I've wondered if aliens really do come to Earth, are we going to have to explain to them why we've always made movies about killing them? I heard some little kids the other day going, "It's on fire! It's on fire!" And I had to explain to them that nothing is ever on fire. Fire is on things. Nothing's on fire. I told a little 4-year-old this past weekend, it was one of the great moments in my life. We're sitting by a fireplace, and I said, "This fire's warm, isn't it?" He said, "It is." You know where I was this weekend? And he said, it is. I said, "Ooh, it's cold outside. You need a fire when it's cold." He said, "Yes, sir." And I said, one time here, it got so cold that the flames in the fireplace froze, and we had to break off the flames and take them into the kitchen to warm them back up. Really? I just, and so, and my wife said, "Did you tell him you were kidding?" I said, no, of course not. I'm sending him back to his daddy. Let his daddy work that one out. The same kid told me, we were looking, there was 2 turkeys mounted on a table, and one of them was strutting, where they fluff up their feathers, and the other one was running. It's very streamlined, and he's got all his feathers laid down. And this kid looked at him and he said, "Skinny turkeys can fly faster than fat ones." Oh, I think, and I really think this, is that mosquitoes are like dirty used needles. I mean, why do we think that blood diseases, wasn't that the thing about AIDS? Is they said that AIDS could not be passed by mosquitoes, but it can be passed by blood in your eye, blood in your mouth, bodily fluids, and yellow fever, malaria, that's all. Why would we think that something going inside the bloodstream of somebody and then inside the bloodstream of somebody else, why would we think that would not? Everybody in here is just like looking at me. It's like they think I have an answer. I don't have an answer. I don't have an answer for that. But I do think that mosquitoes are just like dirty used needles. It doesn't make sense that one could stick in your blood and then go stick your neighbor, and that what was in your blood wouldn't be in your neighbor's blood. That's my vampire advice for today, and I'm sticking to it. All right. Has it ever occurred to you, because I think this, that tobacco company marketing is designed to kill their best customers? I mean, you think about it, the marketing executives for the tobacco company, if we're really successful, we'll kill our best customers. I wonder somewhere if in a neighborhood or some business fire or something, I wonder if a candle shop has ever burned down. And if one did, what did it smell like? I bet that was the nicest smelling burnt down building. Or a candle factory, one candle factory has ever burned. Okay, all right, think with me here now. Now some of you are going, my brain won't do that. Yeah, it will, it will. Think with me here. People who are larger, people who are larger have more skin. Is that right? A larger person has more skin, which would make them skinnier. See how I did that? Just a little change of terminology there. I think that pizza is the only food we eat from the inside out. Don't look at him. He don't know either. You know, pizza. You're picking it up and you're biting it, you're eating the inside out. I hate having to explain jokes. Okay. You ever been into a store that you hadn't been in a while and you just see recognition in the cashier's face? Okay, if a cashier remembers you, you are either an amazing person or a horrible person. I mean, if you are remembered after you, a month ago you came in this place, you are either amazing or you're horrible. Well, it's a constant conversation at our house. Tuck my shirt in, leave it out. Tuck my shirt in and leave it out. And I think that if your shirt isn't tucked into your pants, then your pants are tucked into your shirt. Cheese is really nothing but a loaf of milk. Have you ever thought that when you drink alcohol, the alcohol is getting drunk too? This is one of my favorite thoughts. And this kind of goes around, this thought goes along with the thought I had a while back about when you were a kid, the temptation was to sneak out of home and go to a party. But when you're my age, the temptation is to sneak out of a party to go home. That's just something that I thought of. Now, so here's kind of a corollary to that. A long time ago, everybody owned horses, but you were rich if you owned a car. Now, everybody has cars, but you're rich if you own a horse. I think, and this is my last I thought, If spaghetti is a pasta, then would spaghetti with artificial ingredients be an impasta? That's pretty good, I'm telling you. I also wonder about lethal injections. This is probably the last thing. I just happened to think of this. I also wonder about lethal injections, because that's how I know in Texas they execute criminals with lethal injection, which is a shot, basically. And so I wonder, when they execute you with a lethal injection, when they execute you with a shot, do they still rub the alcohol on your arm? It's like, we don't want to infect you, we just want to kill you. All right, well, that's it for today. I've had a great time with you guys. Thank y'all for being here. Thank you guys for being there. Don't burn up in El Salvador. And be careful. It just sounds dangerous. Now, you make it sound really nice, but it just kind of sounds dangerous. But of course, we got people in the Pentagon watching too, and that sounds dangerous too. And from Amelia Island and No Snow Zone with John Mason Smith. All right, you guys, we'll see you Thursday. Bye-bye.